cover can be removed. And second thing, Baza is saying,
皆さんこんばんは。通訳のですね、デバイスをお持ちじゃない方、挙手をお願いします。お持ちいたしますので、必要な方いらっしゃいますかHis Excellency Mr. Shivi George, Ambassador of India to Japan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all. It is our great pleasure to welcome you to today's special cultural event celebrating the India-Japan Civilizational Connect. We sincerely thank you for joining us. This meaningful gathering highlights the spiritual and cultural connection between our two countries. So to begin the program, I would like to invite His Excellency Mr. Shivi George, Ambassador of India to Japan, for his opening remarks.
Good evening, everybody. Madam Mayumi Murayama, Executive Vice President of IDE JETRO, who is also from Gunma. Our Venerable Tutsumo Kambe, Vice President and Secretary General of NPO World DARMA Association. Professor Hiroyuki Sato, Professor Emeritus, Musahino University, Mr. Etsuno Kunime, President of Kunimitsu Bekko Shoten and members of Kunimitsu Bekko Shoten, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are here to celebrate the story of the Japanese Daruma, a symbol of deep connection between India and Japan, linking our cultures through history and shared values. The Dharma is based on Bodhidharma, an Indian monk from long ago, known in Japan as Daruma Daishi. He was a teacher of Zen, a way of finding peace through focus and meditation. Bodhidharma's story starts in India, and his teachings travel to Japan, shaping its future. Dharma doll, with its big eyes and no arms or legs, comes from tales about his dedication. They say that he meditated for years, staying so still that his limbs didn't move, giving the doll its unique shape. In Japan, Dharma is a symbol of never giving up. Its rounded bottom makes it poke back when tipped over, like the saying, fall 7 times and stand up 8th time. This idea of trying again is something both India and Japan value. In India, we talk about staying strong through challenges, and that Dharma reminds us of this shared belief in perseverance. The Dharma also has symbols that connect our cultures. Its eyebrows look like cranes, and its cheek hair looks like a tortoise shell, animals that mean long life in both Japan and in India. The red color of Daruma is special too. In Japan, it's for luck and protection, and in India, we use red in celebrations for similar reasons, like during weddings or festivals. Using Dharuma is meaningful. When you get one, its eyes are blank. You paint one eye with while thinking of a goal, like passing an exam or starting a project. When you achieve it, you paint the other eye. This is like making a promise in India, where we set intentions for things we want to do. It is a way to stay focused, and it feels like a tradition both our cultures understand. I recall my visit to Dharuma and when I visited with my wife the Dharuma temple there, and was amazed to see the historical connection between India and Japan. And the temple and the Dharuma dolls there is a living example of the historic civilizational connect that exists between India and Japan. And I also visited a Dharuma manufacturing factory next to it and was happy to see the way Dharumas are manufactured. So I thank the temple priest who has come here with his wife, coming all the way from Gunma. I thank them for taking the initiative to come here and join us. I extend them a very special welcome on behalf of you all.
Thank you, sir.
I also thank the owner of the factory. Madam was there. There on backstage. I was very happy to sit with them. And where is that Dharma? Yeah, there's one which make with my own name written on it. So it was very, very nice to make this in presence of an expert who was making this Dharma there in the factory. So I advise you all to please do visit the Dharma temple in Gunma, and I invite all the Indian tourists who come from India, large numbers these days, also to visit the Gunma temple and celebrate our Dharma. My wife also has one in her name. In Japan, people celebrate Dharma at festivals, buying new ones and burning the old ones to start fresh. This is like Indian tradition where we let go the past to welcome new beginnings. Whether it is a student with a Dharma for good grades or a shopkeeper hoping for success, the doll carries a spirit of hope that feels familiar in India too. The Dharma is more than a Japanese tradition, it is a piece of India's history in Japan. It shows how our cultures share ideas of strength, hope, and starting anew. When you see a Dharma with its bold stare and bright color, think of it as a bridge between India and Japan, reminding us that our stories have connected for centuries. Let us celebrate this bond and keep rising just like a Dharma. With this, I all invite you also for another event which we would be organizing on August 11th, that is Raksha Bandhan. You know that, the Indian tradition of sister tying a special Raksha Bandhan, we call it, on the hand. We are celebrating it on August 11th here. I invite our Japanese sisters to come over and join us in celebrating Raksha Bandhan. And of course, August 15th, we have our National Day. We would be celebrating it here in the morning. Also, my Consul General from Osaka is here. He would be celebrating it in Osaka, and we together will be celebrating it at the Osaka Indian Pavilion on August 15th in the evening. I invite you all to please join us. Let us celebrate India-Japan partnership together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I request His Excellency Ambassador and Madam Joyce Sebi and for facilitating Reverend Seishi Hirose, Chief Priest of Shorinzan Dharma Temple. Now I invite Reverend Seishi Hirose, Chief Priest of Shorinzan Dharma Temple, to kindly join us on stage, please.
This is beautiful. This is a traditional song from northeast of India. Dharma color.
Now I request Reverend Seishi Hirose for felicitating His Excellency Mr. Shivi George, Ambassador of India to Japan.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now we are honored to welcome Reverend Seishi Hirose, Chief Priest of Shorinzan Dharma Temple, for a special talk titled Dharma and Bodhidharma. He will speak about the history of Dharma Daishi, the origin of Dharma Temple, and the cultural significance of the Dharma door. Please welcome Reverend Hirose.
ナマステ。私、このナマステという挨拶、40年ほど前に一度だけインドに行きまして、覚えてきました。これが非常に心に深く残っております。現地の通訳の人に聞きましたら、ナマスというのは日本では馴染みあるでしょ。ナムです。ナマスがナム。テというのがあなた。そしてあなたの奥底にあるあなたの根本ですと聞きました。ですからあなたじゃなくてあなたの一番奥底にある方に対してナマステと
have a deep greeting and show the respect. When I heard about this background, and I think we cannot find this type of greeting. And that's the word. And this is such a meaningful greeting. And good morning, I understand what it is because it's a good morning, as literally says. We can feel that. But in some ways, meet to someone like, practicing Zazen, and I teach this, and I think this should be a common greeting all over. And the heart of Namaste is Dharma Taishi came from India to China and China to Japan. So it has been communicated and handed down to generations. So today I'd like to talk about Dharma Taishi, about this person, and in Takasaki City, Engi Dharma, and the form has transformed in Takasaki. So I will give you all the story. And even Japanese people doesn't know, many people doesn't know about Dharma came from India. And even in Gunma, local community doesn't know about. So Buddha is the Shaka, and India is related to that. But when it comes to Dharma, Dharma is so close to our culture, and no one think about they are the priest. And the Dharma, Bodai Taishi is a higher rank, so we never think about that. And recently, the inbound, a lot of tourists come to Japan, so they are attracted by why Bodai Dharma transformed into this form. And everyone, like many people are interested in that and come to our temple. So Bodai Dharma, as you can see in the slide, so red garment, and this priest is what you can, I hope you learn from this lecture. So this is Dharma Taishi, and this is the origin of Dharma doll. So Bodai Dharma was born in Kachimpram in South India. So when we write in kanji, koshi, and it's sent, and that goes, and Koshikoku was the name of the country, and it was the third prince. Of Koshi Kingdom, and Kanchipuram is believed in Buddhism, and they practice Buddhism. And one time, Hanyasara Tonja, 27th generation of Shaka, came, and the father, the king, met this person and has heard the, and the gift was given, and how the asked children to compete their wisdom, and it was like a gem, beautiful gem, and we show this to the children, and this is the most precious item in the world. And is there anything that exceeds this gem? And that was a question to children, each child. And one by one, they answer, "This is the highest one in the world, in this country. So this is the best gift that you give to your guests, like high guests that you appreciate." And the second boy said the same. "This is the highest one, and this is the greatest gift." But the third prince, Bodai Tara, sorry, not Bodhitara, I'm sorry. Third prince's name when he was little. So he was still a child, but practiced Buddhism hard. And by the age of 6, and he read through all the scripture, and he practiced Zazen. And we never see such child. So he appreciate this third prince appreciates Buddhism, and this boy became Dharma Taishi. And this third prince, his answer was, "This gem is beautiful. However, this is just a gem for the normal people. It receives that light and it reflects the light and shine and glow. But the true gem, it itself emit the light. It glows itself. And that is called as the rule of Buddhism. But I think this is the true gem." So that was his belief, and he taught this to everyone. And this the gem that shines itself is the best gift. So Hanmatara Sonja's heart is the best gem, best gift. So that was third prince's answer. So probably that was when he was 10 years old. So Hanmatara Sonja was really surprised and fascinated by his answer, and he thought this third prince will become a great person in the future. And after a while, his father, the king, has passed away. And the mysterious thing happened when he was sleeping. He was reaching to grasp something, or struggling to escape. But that was when the king was, how the king was at the time when he was passing away. And everyone was thinking, was he struggling or was he trying to do something? And Bodhitara, he was calming himself and doing zazen, and he was looking at something in particular. And his brothers had looked at the third prince and asked Hanna Sonja, Natara Sonja, sorry. Natara Sonja says he was in the deep state of mind, and don't worry, he's in a good state. So he is thinking and looking at the situation from the eyes of his heart. So when he came out from the father is not struggling or suffering. So akuin akka, meaning bad causes has a bad effect. So from the heaven came a threat came from the heaven, and he's trying to reach. So don't worry, he's going to the heaven. So that's what he observed and informed the brothers.
So don't worry. It's not suffering. He's not suffering. So then they faced the death of the father with calm. Then Bodhitara wanted to learn more about Buddhism. and he entrusted politics to the brother, and he wanted to learn the Buddhism. Around the 12 years old, he learned under the Hanyatara, the Buddhism. At that time, name of Dharma was given to the prince. That is a Buddhism name called Kaimyo in Japanese. In China and in Taiwan, Kaimyo is used when while this person is living, and then after passed away, he came back with to the name. Kaimyo is really the name for Buddhism. So the name related to the temple. Only 2 letters, Dharma. So Kaimyo, importance of Kaimyo is to have only 2 letters, Hanyatara. So he received the wonderful name Dharma from Hanyatara Sonja. Then he is called as Bodai Dharma. So Professor Sato will explain more in details about Dharma. I hope you will enjoy. And next 40 years, he learned the Buddhism teaching under Hanyatara. And then he became successor of the 28th of Buddha. And Hanyatara Sonja passed away as well, following the last word of Hanyadara. He told spend 67 years teaching in India and then go to China in 67 years. So he got this message at the age of 60. So plus 67 years to go to China. That means at the age of 127-year-old, he needed to go to China. It is tough, but he respected this wish. And then after a 3-year sea voyage from India, he arrived at the port of Guangzhou at the age of 130. And then he played in meditation for 9 years. So he passed away at the age of 150. He lived very long. After entering into China, there are a lot of records around the Dharma Taishi, but unfortunately in India, that is a story conveyed around Dharma. There is no legend or biography, but he was born in Kanchipuram. That is what we know for sure. Bodai Dharma Association, Mr. Kambe, established the monument, commemorative monument, several years ago, because that is a birthplace of the Dharma Daishi. So the commemorative monument is established. So we can see the relation and tie between India and Japan. And this Dharma never visited Japan. He was born in India, and moved to China, and he was buried in China. Unfortunately, he was not in Japan, but in a different form, he came to Japan. Only his heart and spirit is conveyed in Japan. So the ambassador explained the persistence. Even though we fall 7 times, you wake up 8 times. Never give up spirit. And in this Dharma, the inside is empty. So this empty is very important Buddhism teaching. So inside the body of Dharma, there is an emptiness. And maybe we can call it the Te of Namaste. So we have Te inside the body of Dharma. So we feel very close in Japan to Dharma. And then more than 200 years, this Dharma manufacturing is continuously taking place. And I think it will spread furthermore. And nowadays, businesses and groups and school circles in many different occasions. So fill in the right eyes, and then when a wish is realized, fill in the left eye. So that is a team split. We can gather the concentration of the team. So even now, this Dharma is vividly used in Japan, and I can tell that will spread to the world. So Dharma Daishi was born in India and moved to China, and then his teaching was spread in Japan and all over the world as Zen teaching and meditation. And not only Japan, many people they oversee practice Zazen, and in 28 countries of the world practices Zazen in a temple, and Dharma teaching is spreading out to the world. And this Dharma is cherished and loved by people. Not only that is a tie between Japan and India, but I would like to have your cooperation so that this Dharma will spread out all over the world. Is it okay? Thank you very much for your attention.
My name is Yoek Sato. I'm Japanese. मेरा जूता जापानी फिर भी मेरा दिल तो हिंदुस्तानी है. I have been researching Indian culture and trying to introduce Indian culture to Japanese. So today, I am very happy to be here and get the opportunity to speak on Indian-Japan cultural relation. I would like to express my gratitude to Ambassador Shri Shibishoji and Director of Vivekananda Culture Center, Srimati Kanika Akrawar, and all staff of India Embassy for organizing this program. I really appreciate your choosing me as a speaker. Now I speak to start my speech. So please go to next slide. Japan has a lot of culture related to Dharma. At first, we must take up Dharma Ichi. It's a Dharma fair or Dharma market, which is one of the traditional events in Japan. This market is held for 1 or 2 days from January to February in many cities in Japan every year. Many Japanese go to this market and buy Dharma dolls. Please look at the picture, the left side, and I show on the right side the picture of market during Ganesh Chaturthi to help Indian image Dharma fair. There are no any connection between Dharma and Ganesh, but the similarity in the two scenes is very interesting. Many Indians also buy the statue of Ganesha at this kind of market every year. Please go to next slide. Next, I'll show you some other example of Japanese culture related to Dharma dolls. Dharma manju, Dharma sweet, and Dharma cake, and Dharma senbei, Dharma rice cracker, are popular sweet in Japan. And the game, Dharma-san ga koronda, which literally means Mr. Dharma fell down. In English, red light and green light. And the game, Dharma otoshi, which literally means Dharma drops. Our two games are traditional and popular game for kids in Japan. Because time is limited, I can't explain how to play these games, but all Japanese people know these games and have played these games. I used to play in my childhood. These two games might be compared to kabaddi, ya koko, ya gilli danda in India. From I showed the example, I think you can realize Japan has a lot of culture related to Dharma dolls. And now, let me ask you, what is Dharma? All of you know this is Dharma. But my question is, what is the meaning of Dharma? Why is this called Dharma? Japanese people knows this is Dharma. But probably they don't know the meaning of Dharma. Why? Because Dharma is not Japanese. Dharma is Sanskrit, which is one of old Indian language. And this Dharma is a very important concept for Indian culture. For example, Sanatana Dharma and in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the first shloka start, Dharma Kshetra or Kurukshetra. So then, what is Dharma in Sanskrit? It is not easy to answer this question because Dharma has a lot of meaning. And in Japanese, it is pronounced Dharma. But in Sanskrit, it is pronounced Dharma. And spelling is also different. And what is a Dharma in Sanskrit? It is very difficult to answer this question because Dharma has a lot of meanings. So I always suffer from how to translate Dharma into Japanese. How can I translate Sanatana Dharma into Japanese? I think it is impossible. So according to the dictionary, the meaning of dharmas are light, justice, virtue, morality, law, duty, etc. and doctrine of Buddhism. This Dharma, which means the doctrine of Buddhism, has translated into Japanese Buddhism and culture. Dharma was translated as Ho in Japanese, just as original Dharma means law. Just like Ho means law. But in Japanese Buddhism, Ho doesn't mean law. Ho means doctrine of Buddhism. Therefore, there are many temples with names that include the word Ho. For example, it's a very famous Buddhist temple, Forryuji in Nara. The meaning of Forryuji is prosperity of doctrine of Buddhism, not prosperity of law. And in Japan, Buddhist event or ceremony is called Hoji or Hoyo. Please go to the next slide. Since Dharma means doctrine of Buddhism, there are some Buddhists whose name contain Dharma. For example, Dharmapala. He is Buddhist revivalist. This statue is in Sarnath, Uttar Pradesh. And Dharmakirti. He is Buddhist logician and Bodhidharma. I asked you, why is this door called Dharma? The reason this is called Dharma comes from Bodhidharma, Indian Buddhist monk. More exactly speaking, this is not Dharma door. This is Bodhidharma door. Sometimes we call someone by just part of their names. This can be called simply as Dharma. Go to the next slide. The word Bodhidharma is composed of two words, Bodhi and Dharma. Bodhi, which is pronounced in Japanese, Bodhi. It means enlightenment or perfect wisdom. In Japanese, Satori. So the name of Bodhidharma means doctrine of Buddhism for enlightenment. It is said Bodhidharma was alive during 5th or 6th century. He was born in already Ambassador Shibi George and Priest of Dharma Temple, Mr. Hirose already explained. He was born in South India, Tamil Nadu, Kanchipuram, and he spread Buddhism and introduced Zen practice. Zen practice is a part of yoga, and he was a founder of Zen Buddhism. He meditated by facing all 9 years. This is said in Japanese, Menpeki Kyunen. And he attained enlightenment. There are many Buddhist temples in Japan, and many Japanese practice Zen. But they don't know who is the founder of Zen Buddhism. The founder of Zen Buddhism is Indian monk, Bodhidharma. As I explained, this is called Dharma, based on Bodhidharma. Moreover, the character of Dharma door has a deep connection with Bodhidharma. So please go to the next slide. It is said Dharma was wearing red clothes. So most Dharma doors were red in color. Some Dharma's color is black, yellow, green, and blue, but original is red. Due to meditation for 9 years by facing wall, Bodhidharma's arm and legs rotted. He lost his arm and legs. So all Dharma door has no arms and legs. And Bodhidharma continued to meditate until attain the enlightenment. So this Dharma is made not to fall down. The Dharma never fall down. In Japan, there are very famous proverb. Nanakorobi Yaoki. It already Ambassador Shibijoshi explained. Nanakorobi Yaoki. It literally means fall down 7 times, stand up 8. This implies if we try hard and don't give up, our wish will come true, like Bodhidharma. So Japanese buy a Dharma door in market, wish come true. And when their wish come true, they paint a Dharma door sign. For example, I showed a black and white picture. For example, the political party wins the election. The leader of a political party painted Dharma door's eyes. Today, I show the Japanese Dharma door connect with Indian Buddhist monk Bodhidharma. I hope you have been able to realize the old, strong, and deep cultural connection between India and Japan. I would be very happy if today's my speech could contribute to understand the culture of two countries. मैं आशा करता हूँ क्या आशा करता हूँ मैं ऐसा आशा करता हूँ भारत जापान का संबंध और आगे बढ़ाए और अमर रहे तो मेरी बात सुनने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दो मारिया तो Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Sato. Thank you very much. Please stay on the stage. ちょっとすいません、ステージに。So now I would like to invite His Excellency, Mr. Shibi George, Ambassador to Japan, for facilitating Professor Hiroyuki Sato and an artisan of Kunimitsu Bekko Shoten. Thank you very much, Professor Sato. Thank you. Now we invite the artisan of Kunimitsu Bekko Shoten. Kunimitsu Bekko Shoten の方、どうぞステージにお上がりください。
I visited their the factory where they were making dharma, and Madam was kind enough to make a dharma paint, and I wrote my name, so which is one which I have shown you. So I invite you to visit the beautiful place they have, and also a tea house, which I went and she was kind enough to show me. It's a beautiful place. Thank you.
We now move to a live drama doll making. Yes, please. Thank you, sir. So now we move to the live drama doll making demonstrations by Kunimitsu Bekko Shoten, one of the Takasaki's most respected traditional workshops. So during the demonstration, we will learn about the details process of crafting of dharma doll, from shaping and painting, inscribing the symbolic characters and physical features. Please enjoy this rare opportunity to witness the making of Dharma fish hand.
こんにちは。ただいま紹介いただきました、国峰べこや商店の 国峰悦夫と申します。今日は大変お立場になります。こちらの方では、ただいまから、ダルマの秀垣と、それから金閣ですね、ダルマの顔の方の仕上げの方を実演でお目にかかっていただきます。だるまの作業の方を見ながらで結構なんですけども、一応だるまがどのようにしてできるか、ちょっとご説明いたしますね。こちらがこれは粘土でできてるんですけども、これはだるまの大きさに合わせて、これは重しになりますね。このだるまの底には、みんなこのように、これがお餅になってつきます。これがだるまの一番元の成形というものですけども、今はこれはドロドロに溶かした紙を機械で、この真空で作ってしまうんですけど、昔はだるまの木型がございまして、それに手でこうに貼って、作っておりましたので、まあ数が大してできなかったんですね。で、昭和30年ぐらいになりますと、こういう真空で、作れるこの元型をだるま屋さんが発明いたしまして、これが大量生産できる。このおかげで高崎だるまっていうのが非常に世の中に、これで回るようになりました。はい、で、先ほどの紙の次にこれが白くこれは段ボールですと柔らかくってあれなんで、5分という貝の粉と煮皮ですね、動物性の脂肪になった煮皮を混ぜて作ったやつで固めたものがこちらですね。これは非常に硬いです。温めてるうちはトロトロしてるんですけど、これを塗って、そうですね、2時間、半日もすればすぐ硬くなっても、子供がちょっとあれしたぐらいでは潰れません。おかげさまで、これがですからだるまの下地になるわけですね。この白くなったものが、ですからこれでいろいろな色ができるわけですね。昔はほとんど赤しかなかったんですけども、そうですね、20年ぐらい前からですかね、いろいろカラーだるまっていうものが、いろいろテレビだとか、ああいうマスコミで取り上げ、だるまさんが取り上げられるようになってから、お客様で、おかげさまで、いろんなところで使われるようになって、今非常にこういうふうにカラフルなだるまが非常にあります。塗料もいっぱいあるので、好きなだるまが、いろんなだるまができますけども、まあ、私のうちなんかでは、まあ、数があるので、まあ、15種類ぐらいの色しか作っていませんけども、おかげさまで、昔に比べて非常に需要が増えています。で先ほどの、いや、これが、ですから、真っ赤に 仕上げた状態で白く塗って、これ今昔はハケで塗ってたんですけども、今はこういう入れ物の中に塗料を入れて、こういう状態こうつけてしまうんですね。それで大量生産できれいに仕上がります。ハケで塗ってた時はそんなに数はできなかったんですけども、今はもう非常に、おかげさまで数がいっぱいできるようになりましたね。ですから非常このようにしてもう全部赤く塗ってしまいます。で次がこれはまあちょっとあるんですけど、この目と鼻は入る前がこのピンクをこの変わる感じでピンクを塗るんですね。それでこの目と鼻を入れて、この状態でひげを描く。今そちらの方で実演してますけども、ひげ描く状態の、これがダルマですね。はい。それで、これでひげが描き上がると、今度はその向こうが、今度は金がこのところに、金を書きますね。金を書いて、文字を書いて、仕上げて。まあ、最後には、まあ、演じの中で売られるのは、福入り。服が入っている福入りですね。一般的な家庭だとか会社なんかでは今、名前入りのだるまさんが結構、注文がありますね。ですから、会社の名前入れたり、個人の名前入れたり。それが入って、ですから仕上がりになる。大体だるまの作り方としては、こんな感じで、工程的にはそうですね。いくつあるかな。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8種類、9種類。作る数は、こういう小さいのでしたら、まあ、1日にこれから全部仕上がまで1日ではできないんですね。だいたい出来上がるまでは、まあ、6日から7日、1週間ぐらいだいたいありません。ですからその間に1日の工程っていうのが決まってて、こういう小さいやつでしたら、こういうやつだけでしたらこのくらいでしたらそうですね、200、300ぐらい1日でできますかね。ですから300ぐらいずつ1日毎日こうしていくわけですね。そして1週間後に300ぐらいできる。で、ああいう大きいのはそんなになってきませんね。まあ、せいで10個。一番大きいのは、まあ、10個ぐらいですかね。はい。それからその数に応じて、大きさに応じてできる量っていうのは決まってきます。
Depending on the number, many we can produce is vary, is different. So cycle is 1 week. One cycle is 1 week. And we share the responsibility. Usually there is a family and manufacturer, someone painting, someone put the gold lines, and someone preparing the foundation, basic one. There is a family business. Compared to the past, but we use more machines and a little bit industrialized. Yeah, we can produce large number of dharma today, but most of the processes are done by manually, and then to master dharma manufacturer, I think it's depending on the person. Maybe if you're very serious about learning, in 1 hour you can create dharma. Then after that, it all depends how far you can realize the dharma that you want to create. But I think you can somehow come up with dharma in short time. So We are called Bekko Shoten, and I'm the fourth generation. And then today, first generation could not make to come here, and Takasaki Dharma. We have approximately 50 Dharma manufacturers in our association.
And back in Showa period, about 40 years ago, so I was married to my wife, and Dharma manufacturer is my wife's side business. So I married to her and started to live with her family. For Daruma's manufacturing, I think I was able to share like how it is manufactured. If any of you have questions, I'm happy to answer to your questions. And please feel free. I'm happy to answer. Do you have any questions? So you can come closer to our craftsmen to see how they paint. Yeah, you can just come closer to the stage. I think it's difficult for you to see from your seat. Would you like to try to paint? So we have some extra if you want to try. And don't hesitate if you want to try. Sorry, I cannot hear the question, but I'll try to listen. Okay, about the price was the question. The smallest one. Smallest one is 1,000 yen. The smallest one that you have. Yeah, that's then the biggest one. And we have variety of pricing. But what should I say? Oh, okay, it's time to close our demonstration. Well, thank you. It was such a wonderful craftsmanship from Japan. And whoever wishes to try the demonstration, please come to the stage. Okay, we'd like to close the session. Thank you so much.